Hey everyone, how you doing? Wade McElwain, DK Sports Ambassador. Oh, it's time for party time. It's fight night in Manchester. It's UFC 204. Oh, how exciting. Big match, Bisping versus Henderson, but there's a lot of other cards on, and of course with Draftkings, 6 fighters, $50,000 budget. That's right, it's 6 fighters, not 5 anymore. There's a lot of action, a lot of opportunities there to make some money and also to win with some good fighters. All right, joining me, Mile McCabe, Dylan Gott, and Mike Payne. These guys are going to give us their picks for this week. They got their 6 fighters for DraftKings. Who are their fighters? Who have they got? I'm going to ask them one at a time. Who's your first fighter? I'll say that to Mike. Mike, who's your first fighter? Who did you choose first?
Good question. You can put it up there. No, we got. I'm going with Bisping.
Okay, Bisping
I'm
first.
going to start off with him. I'm going to fly the flag for England. You know, I'll be honest with you. This guy is he started off very badly. He's now matured. He's now come out. Henderson, can't knock him. He's a great fighter, but I think he's trained for it. He's got one thing that I don't think this Hendo's got. I'll be honest with you, his heart.
Okay.
You can't fault him. I think he's probably powered by his wife. They have a saying, behind every good man's a wife. I'm still trying to find my one to be behind me, to be fair, but there you go.
All right, that's another video, by the way.
That's another one. But no, I think he's got the heart, he's got the power. He's come out and said, that's it. So first round.
All right. So that's you picked Bisping. Milo, who's your first pick that you chose?
My first pick that I chose was Hendo. I
Okay.
think for DraftKings particularly, he's very good value. He's a dog. He doesn't have a huge salary. He has a great chance of scoring a knockout, I think. And I don't know. There's something about Hendo. As soon as this match was made, I saw him winning.
Yeah.
Just for the unlikeliness of it, just for this whole circus, and I don't think he's going to retire if he wins either.
Okay. Gets his first UFC title or
I think
MMA or UFC.
He's going to hang out and he's going to call out somebody on the lower levels because that's how it works.
Someone probably in the crowd in Manchester
Yeah,
knowing the
exactly.
Saturday nights.
It will happen as well.
Yeah. All right, Dylan, how about you? Who's your first pick then?
I went with Mousasi because what I outlined earlier in the previous picks were basically I think Vitor's got those 4 overhands in him, and I think Mousasi's just gonna like slowly put him on the ground, look him dead in the eyes, and then Vitor's gonna quit.
All right, so we move on to our second pick. Obviously, you get 6 fighters. And, you know, we've changed, a little changing the structure of DraftKings. And, of course, if you are playing this weekend, make sure you take on our $80,000 main event, $10,000 per top prize. We've increased our advances from 1 point to 3 points. We've changed our takedowns from 2 points to 5 points. Reversals have gone from 2 to 5 points. Win in the first round went from 100 to 90 points. And win by decision went from 25 to 30. Most of the other points have stayed the same. We just wanted, people were asking, we wanted less ties. And so that's why we added extra fighters. So let's go into our second fighter then as well. Mike, let's start with your second fighter.
Complete opposite to Dylan. I'm going for Belfort.
Okay.
Dead
Oh,
It's
yeah.
on. It's on.
I wouldn't do that.
No, for me, I think that he got me into the UFC back in 1998. He's a tremendous fighter. Yes, he's a veteran. I think he's going to get it. The other guy fights. He's just got his jab. He bends over when he fights. He's sort of a crouching motion. I think he's just got that mentality. He's a boxer. He's a striker, as you well know. I love the boxing and striking. That's Belfort all over. He can walk people across the ring with the fists. He can throw kicks. He can even, I think he tapped with his jiu-jitsu. He actually choked out Munoz. He actually choked him out. No, Joshua Johnson.
Okay, yep.
Johnson. Was it Anthony Joshua?
Yeah.
That's it. He choked him out. So he's got the whole package for me. He goes to the floor, he'll choke him out. So I'm going to go Vitor Belfort.
All right, second pick, Milo.
Davy Grant.
Okay.
Davy Grant,
Nice.
yeah.
There you go.
Geordie guy, tough alumni. Later on, he's got a mad heart. He was on the Ronda Rousey season, I think.
Yeah.
Tough, and I just liked him from the off. I like his style. He just goes after opponents. He's if he stays in the UFC, I think he's going to win a lot of performance bonuses and stuff. And yeah, he's just one of those down-to-earth Geordies. Like.
Do you think the hometown or the being in Britain is going to help him? You think?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it will be a nice sort of livener before Bisping lets everyone down.
Nice. There we go. All right, Dylan, second pick.
My second pick, Mike Perry.
Ooh,
Yes!
nice.
Yeah, I picked
Yes!
Mike Perry. Here's why I picked Mike Perry. Like we were talking about with Manoa, Mike Perry has a level of ignorance that frankly reminds me of where I'm from in Canada.
Okay.
He's one of the greatest stories. He got out of prison. He went to a mall with a UFC gym, and then he just started throwing haymakers, and he hasn't stopped. And here's why Mike Perry's great for DraftKings. Mike Perry's great for DraftKings because you can bet on Mike Perry, and it's good because he just throws haymakers and he gets gassed and he quits in the second round. Or you can bet against Mike Perry for the exact same reason. He's a great play either way in DraftKings, and he's also even money.
UFC 202. I put on the most unlikely bet I could. Mike Perry, never seen him. He was up against Lim. I went, right, first round knockout, Mike Perry, 10-1, stuck a tenner on. Bang! He comes out, the Jersey Shore eyebrows, the God's gift tattoo on his thigh.
God's gift, that's the best.
I'm like, I'm Mike Perry.
And he knocked him out with a clothesline.
Yeah.
Always a useful knockout tool.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we're going to our third pick, going deep into your rosters now, guys. Start with you again, Mike. Who's your third fighter?
I'm going Manoa.
Okay.
I think very much similar to what Dylan just said. He's got the swagger. He's got, reminds me where I'm from, London, funny enough. It's very, very similar to Dylan. So I think Manoa, he's got the swagger. He's got the punching. I'm aware of the gym that he trains at, Kettle's Gym.
Yeah.
It's very, very good on the domestic circuit in the UK for fighters. I think Bisping actually went there in 2014, I believe. Manoa. It's a tough choice, but I'm going to have to go patriotic. Going to have to.
All right, keep the patriotism going. Milo, have we got any more patriotism?
I'm not going to keep the patriotism
Okay.
going. I'm going to go OSP.
All right.
Against Manoa. Now, in the DraftKings cost system, I thought he was good value at 8,400. I think it's quite a safe bet against Manoa. For all the reasons we've mentioned above. He fought through, I think if it goes to a decision, he's going to get it. I think Manoa's got massive knockout power, but I don't think he's going to catch OSP. So that's one of the safest bets for the best value.
All right.
In my opinion.
All right, Dylan, third pick.
I'm picking, and I'm going to, please, I hope you're not watching, my friend, Daniel Omelianczuk. He is a Polish man, and here's what I know about him. I've seen him fight a couple times, wasn't that impressed, but I am impressed with the fact he's fighting Stefan Struve. At this point, I think a strong breeze could knock unconscious. His fight against Alistair Overeem, where Alistair Overeem literally ran out, hugged him, and then swung him with it wasn't even wrestling, it was like a dance move, and then he was just on top of him, and Stefan Struve was like, oh, what do I do now? The answer is get punched in the face a bunch. Stefan Struve, the only guy he's really convincingly beat was Big Nog.
What about Stipe? He beat Stipe.
Yeah, he beat
the
Stipe.
second round.
That was before Mark Hunt literally predatored his face.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I think and then he had a panic attack at the last minute. Against the Mitri. That guy, Stefan Struve, I think is the type of guy where I honestly think they should step in and be like, you should not fight anymore.
Well, that was his fight with Bigfoot was all right, one of you guys is definitely going to be done. But Bigfoot's still fighting somehow.
Yeah,
He's still in there,
it's really just the UFC being like, I don't, just go in there. You could, but yeah, I think I'm taking Omelianczuk because I just think that Stefan Struve has a glass jaw. I think Stefan Struve could be winning the entire fight, and I think Omelianczuk could push him, and then he'd be like, oh, memories. And then just
Maybe they should stage an intervention for him instead or something like that.
Yeah, it'd be much better if the fight was just the referee being like, we can't do this anymore.
Your family's here. Your mom wants to say something. Okay, we go to our fourth fighter, then fourth pick. Mike, give me your fourth fighter.
This one for me is a no-brainer. I've gone for Bektik.
Okay.
Simple reason because that's 100 first round points knockout.
Yeah.
This Doney, the fellow.
Doan,
The guy's come in. He's flying in from Texas probably today. It's 15,000 miles. He's probably eating burger. Who knows? He's 5 days. For me, this is a no-brainer. It's 100 points first round knockout. Easy.
Always good when you're looking at DraftKings points. Milo, who's your fourth?
Rob Font, for similar reasons. I think he's up against Ian Entwistle, who's a heel hook specialist. He's had a bit of a patchy record. I think he goes for that. He's a one-move guy. As far as I know, I haven't seen enough of him, but looking at all the stats and everything, Rob Font sort of went the distance with John Lineker. And prior to that has had a number of good victories. So I think Rob Font is a very safe bet.
Okay, always good for those safe bets. You want to get the most value for your money. Dylan, who's your fourth?
We're going Adriano Martins.
Okay.
I think Adriano Martins is one of the more underrated fighters in the UFC today. This is the first fight that I've really seen him in where he's actually a favorite. Usually they match him up against prospects to try and make him look good, but he's been knocking out all those prospects, so now he finally gets a favorable matchup. And he's shown a lot of good stuff with his hands, and his opponent mostly finishes people on the ground. Leandro Santos, and Martins has a really high-level BJJ black belt. So I think it stays on the feet, and I think Martins eats him up.
Okay, nice prediction there. Now let's go into our fifth fighter. Mike, fifth fighter. Who do you got?
Finally, I think I've actually agreed with Milo on something.
Okay, all right.
So we're going Font.
Okay.
There's nothing else more to say. I think that's a no-brainer. And Twiddle is obviously a UK fighter. Again, he's very specialist on the ground, without a shadow of a doubt. I don't think he's going to get anywhere near Font's a striker. So Milo, we agree on something.
That's great. Let's see what happens with what Milo says next. So Milo, what do you got next? Who's your
Well, I'm actually going to go back to where we disagreed, and I'm going to bring
You're going to ruin it.
I'm going to
Oh,
restart our
good,
argument,
good.
please.
Fight.
Musasi.
Yeah.
I don't think I've said him yet. Musasi, just because I think Vitor's done. And I think Musasi's cold, calculating, like reduced heart rate, sort of natural killer tendencies. It's just going to be too much for Vitor's one flurry and then he's done.
He is a bored vampire. He
Yeah,
looks like
yeah,
a bored
yeah,
Dutch
pretty
vampire.
much,
Like, I'd bite your neck, but I mean, I got a book.
Sounds like a good Halloween costume that you just invented right there. Bored Dutch vampire. All right, Dylan, how about yourself? Who is your fifth fighter?
I'm going to pick Dan Henderson because
Okay, yeah.
I think, and this is interesting because I did go back and forth in picking Bisping or Vitor versus Hendo and Musasi because you can really only, what the Draftkings think, you can only really pick two of them. And I just think it's more likely that Hendo knocks out Bisping than it is Vitor knocks out Musasi. I could see Vitor beating Musasi and it just being a weird fight where it goes to decision, but that's not Draftkings. You want to play for the knockouts for the first round, exit. And I could see Bisping getting cocky and being like, this old man is just sitting in front of me, and then the old Hendo like, right in the face. You know?
I think Bisping's never going to let go of that belt. You have to prise it out of his dead fingers. He's worked so hard to get there. And I'll tell you what, even if he doesn't do it, I know his missus will get in the ring and but I can't see him letting that belt go. He's worked so hard to get it.
I understand that, but I just think like there's these moments like he could pull a Rockhold. He could really like Rockhold didn't think it would happen. Rockhold was like,
He was
this guy's
definitely
never
cocky.
Yeah, this guy's never knocked
Rockhold
anyone
was
out.
cocky in his win with Bisping. The one-arm school
Oh, yeah.
bully, like
Yeah.
it was just
Luke Rockhold
dismissive, wasn't
he's
it?
one of the most underrated jerks in the history of because he doesn't like Bisping like talks and get at you. But Luke Rockhold just looks at people so disdainfully. But I think Bisping, because a lot of the reason he's kind of he's improved is his pocket boxing. He pocket boxed with Anderson, and Anderson, like this is going to sound really messed up, Anderson doesn't have as much power as Hendo does right now. Hendo knocked someone out with literally the way I would try and get a fridge to work if it wasn't working. Like, he caught a kick, and Hector Lombard's looking at him like, what are you going to do now? Well, it turns out, like, end your life.
Yeah.
And Hendo, once again, and I think if he knocks him out, I think it's going to be like, I think it's going to be a bad scene because Hendo doesn't stop until the referee stops. He'll just keep punching him in the face. It'll be
It's a fairy
terrifying.
tale for
All right,
Bisping.
let's go to your
Sorry.
sixth fighter then. Who's your sixth fighter then?
I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Sajeski, the very first fight against.
Okay, yep.
And I'll tell you what, to be honest with you, the simple reason is because I run out of money.
All right. Sajewski, I think it is. Yes,
That's the
Lucas
one.
Sajewski.
Went for that Bektik pick.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I thought about it. I did think about changing all my picks around, but I couldn't change who I had. But when I did a bit of research on him, to be honest with you, I couldn't find anything about the guy he's fighting. But he's got a very good defensive record, this Polish guy. Very, very good defensive
He's going Mark
record.
Diakese, isn't it?
Yes, that's right,
Yeah,
yes.
it's a light
And he's
heavyweight.
9-0. This guy's 10-3, I think. But he's got a very good defensive record. And to be honest with you, despite what I've just said here, that can actually work. They're coming up through the ranks.
Okay.
The Polish Eastern European fighters are coming up. So.
All right, Milo, your final pick.
Final pick, puncher's chance, Leon Edwards. He was very, very cheap, and he's got some first-round knockouts. I think he's a very, very good dog in the fight.
You think he's going to take on Tumanov? Think he can take over the Russian?
No, but he's got a good chance.
Okay, that's good.
If you're looking at your
I
seven,
do not.
Yeah.
if you're looking at your, I'm obliged to because it's my pick. But if you're looking at your last 7,000 in terms of the DraftKings thing, you've got to look through the dogs you've got and go, who's got the most likely chance here? And for me, that was definitely Leon Edwards.
Because that's the fun thing about DraftKings. is that you end up picking. Like, I don't think Hendo's gonna win, but I think he could.
Yeah, points.
Yeah, he could get the points.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right. It's all
course.
points. It's
Odds
all
are I'll
points.
be looking like an idiot. And we're like, well, that didn't work out.
I've never happens to me on these shows. Who's your final pick then, Dylan?
OSP.
OSP, yeah.
I think first or second round he ends it with Manoa. I mean, he's your training partner, and he's your friend, and please don't introduce him to me. He looks really cool. I use him all the time in the new EA UFC game. So trust me on that. I created him in a game. He's great. But I think OSP's just gonna I think OSP has less quit in him, and they both kind of gas really quickly, and I think OSP's a better athlete. And the way OSP throws is ludicrous. Like, he doesn't throw. He throws with some technique, but usually it's like you would in the schoolyard. He just throws like that. And he's a really good wrestler. And Manoa, his first loss was against Gustafsson, where Gustafsson just took him down and did whatever he wanted. So I think there's a good chance that
Do you
could
not
happen.
think, though, sorry, very quickly, that this could actually be a UFC Rocky IV?
How so?
OSP is an athlete.
Okay.
He was made like Drago. Ivan Drago was made to be an athlete.
But OSP has a really cute voice.
Drago's
Ivan
voice
Drago,
was
okay.
cute.
But if
I crush
Ivan Drago was
you.
like, hi guys, how are you?
And then you got Jimmy's Rocky. That was my thought process.
Yeah.
He's a manufactured athlete. I'm not saying he's manufactured, but he was a linebacker. That aspect of it.
He's come up through the system as an athlete. He's
Exactly
trained.
that.
He's
From there
got
to
good
there.
good
Yes.
balance, good nutrition.
Absolutely. Whereas you got the swagger.
Okay.
So I'm going Rocky for UFC. I might be completely wrong. And
I want to see your UFC keys to victory. Swagger. British.
There you go. Well, let's take a look at everyone's lineup. Let's start with Dylan's lineup. Bring up Dylan's. He's got the Omelichik 7,700, Perry at 8,600, Martin's at 8,800, Dan Henderson taking on Bisping 7,100. I like that Perry 144.5 fantasy points per match. Musasi over Belfort at 9,400, and OSP over Manu at 8,400. All right, let's move on to Mike's then next. Mike has got Bektik at 9,700 and 94.7. Manua over OSP at 7,800. Font over Entwistle. Belfort over Musasi. Bisping over Henderson. And Sajewski over Diakizi. At 7,200 and only 10 points, but let's see what he can do there.
Push.
Okay, we're going to Milo's, his last one as well. We got Leon Edwards, Rob Font, Davey Grant at 8,800. Dan Henderson at 49 fantasy points at 7,100. Musasi and OSP at 8,400. How do you get involved? It's very easy. You go to DraftKings. We've got our $80,000 main event going on this week at $10,000 to the first prize. Put together 6 fighters, $50,000 budget. It's going to be buzzing. Are you going to be watching? Go up to Manchester. It's fun. It'll be fun. UFC 204. Welcome to the big time.